Hi, this is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Medigap. Let's talk today about Medicare claims. Now, I'm talking about original Medicare, actually original Medicare and a supplement plan, not anything to do with Medicare Advantage. Those things are a big pain in the rear, which is why I don't handle them, among other things. But they've got so many moving parts and so forth that nobody, especially people who have a Medicare Advantage plan, nobody understands it. And unfortunately, a lot of agents don't understand it either, but that's another story. We're talking about original Medicare claims and how they work. They're actually quite simple. I had an email from a client just a few days ago, and she sent me actually a copy of a bill from a doctor, and then she also sent me an MSN, Medicare Summary Notice, but it wasn't on the same claim, so we had to have some discussion about that. But anyway, she sent me this copy of a bill from a doctor, and the doctor says you owe, I think it's $118, and she wanted to know if she had to pay that or not. And I said, well, maybe. I can't really tell you. I need to see the MSN, the Medicare Summary Notice, and your EOB. That's explanation of benefits that comes from your Medigap carrier. Because I have no way of knowing from this particular bill. It does show a gross amount paid. It does show that Medicare paid something. It does show that her Medicare supplement plan paid something. But then I have no way of knowing if the leftover amount is her deductible, her Medicare Part B deductible, or if it's that plus maybe some additional charges that the doctor decided to throw in there because Medicare may have denied those charges for any number of reasons. So here's a heads up. Anytime you get a bill from a doctor or any other provider for that matter, it can be a hospital, a clinic, it can be a lab, but anytime you get a bill from somebody that you have seen while you're covered under original Medicare, don't pay it until you do an investigation to see if you even owe it. Doctors are notorious, other places are too, but doctors are notorious. Almost as soon as you walk out the door, they're sending you a statement. It clearly says on there somewhere, this is not a bill, but some people don't necessarily read that, and they just say, oh, well, they're sending me something, and I guess I owe it, and I better pay it. Don't do that. Just don't do that, okay? Before you pay a bill, even if it says you owe this, and even if it shows, like this particular bill did, that Medicare paid something and your supplement plan paid something, do not pay it until you review your Medicare Summary Notice and the EOB from your carrier. Again, it may be something as benign as well, this is the amount that you owe because you hadn't satisfied your deductible. It may be because they're trying to sneak something in there that Medicare denied. In most cases, there are a few situations, but in most cases, if a claim is submitted to Medicare and Medicare denies the claim, they're not going to pay it. Your supplement plan doesn't pay it, and you don't owe it. In most cases, there are a few exceptions. One of them I've talked about in another video. I've talked about the ABN form, Advanced Beneficiary Notification form. If by chance you signed an ABN form, then you probably are responsible for what they're paying, even though Medicare denied it. But you just don't pay claims, pay bills that come from providers until you make sure that the claim was reviewed, adjudicated, and approved by, because you may not know it. The other question comes that she asked about, same lady, different claim, and it was the MSN that she sent me. This was from Northside Hospital. It was actually an outpatient part. I don't know what part. It was an outpatient part of Northside Hospital, and she wanted to know, what does this mean that when it says this provider does not accept assignment? Well, I told her you don't really have to worry about that, because your G plan will cover any excess charges that might accompany a bill from a provider that does not take Medicare assignment. There are, I don't know, maybe 5 of the 10 plans. I don't always keep up with all of the ones, but there may be 5 of the 10 plans that are available, 10 standardized plans that are available under Medicare supplement coverage that will pay excess charges. Plan C, which is not very popular, Plan F, Plan G, and Plan HDF, high deductible F plan. Those are 4 plans, and there may be another one that will also pay excess charges, but those 4, and most people are going to have either F or G, and maybe 10% of the population or less will have a high deductible F plan. I have a video on the HDF, high deductible F plan, because it's going away at the end of 2019. And it's not a good fit for everybody, but it is for some, and this might be something worthwhile looking at. I've got a couple of carriers that are very competitively priced on the HDF plan, the rock solid carriers, and I'll be glad to talk to you about the plan and quote you rates if you're interested in the HDF. But the providers that do not take assignment, most of the time the people in the office staff have no idea what you're asking about. They just say, oh yeah, we take Medicare, but we don't take that particular carrier. And when you hear that, that's another thing. If they say, well, we don't take Humana, we don't take Cigna, Aetna, something like that, they are referring to Medicare Advantage plans, not Medicare Supplement, also known as Medigap. And both office staff and people who are on Medicare, just they confuse the two. Medicare Advantage is completely different. There's a lot of doctors that do not take Medicare Advantage plans. They don't take any of them, or they'll only take some. But anytime you say you're on original Medicare and you have a supplement plan, if you have your supplement plan carrier card, if somebody looks at that and says, oh, we don't take that carrier, and hands it back to you, you tell them, yes, you do. Do it nicely, but yes, they do. Because if they take Medicare, they will also take your Medicare supplement plan, regardless of who the issuing carrier is. There's a lot of people out there who work in doctors' offices that there's a lot of things they don't understand, but a lot of them is, they hear a particular carrier name and they say, well, we don't take them. If they take original Medicare, they'll also take your supplement plan regardless of who the issuing carrier is. So that's my summary for the day about Medicare claims. And again, this is about original Medicare. It's a very simple process. Just make sure that you check your MSN and EOB before you pay any bill from a doctor. This is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Medigap. You take care.